Gonzalo, what's the emotion after that? Does it feel like an opportunity lost?
Yes, of course, that we are competitors, and when you see the last minutes of the game and the whole game, you can feel that we were close at least to a nice and deserved maybe draw. But as I was saying in Italian, I'm also aware of that we're playing in Dublin against Ireland, and the size of this team in every sense of the word. And my main emotion or feeling is a lot of pride on the team. As Michele was saying also in Italian, we didn't do a perfect game. There's a lot of players that some time ago maybe some people felt that were really irreplaceable in this team. They are not there, and the team is performing. So I think there's a lot of positives. A team that respected a plan, that was close to at least a draw, that took a point. 2 years ago we lost 36-0, there was no game, and we were quite proud of ourselves because we could be worse because of the gap between the two teams. So today I think our set piece made me super proud. Our defense and the effort make me proud. And the guys trying to keep the ball a little bit more, attack more, do the stuff that we worked on, and do it with a lot of trust, make me proud. And as we were saying, the main goal was that, to be consistent. We've been talking about that for months now. 2 performances in a row, like competing, being consistent. Of course, maybe it was not enough to win today. There's a lot of little mistakes that didn't help us either. But my main feeling is satisfaction and pride on the team.
Gonzalo, you mentioned the gap between the teams, but clearly your team came here today believing you could win, and you guys came very close. And I remember, Michele, after last week, somebody asked you, like, what's possible for this team? And you say, I don't want to say, but it feels as though if you continue on this current trajectory, yes, it's a long road, but you guys could be contenders to win this championship at some point in the future. Is that the ultimate goal, even if it takes a number of years to bring Italy to the top of the table, to be in contention every year?
Yeah, you want to answer? It's a tough one. I start and you finish. I think, there's something that we lack of a lot of things in the Italian team, but there's something that doesn't lack is the ambition and the work ethic of these guys. And we have a really quality staff of people that work as much as they can, with a group of players that have a lot of ambition and a huge amount of work ethic. And so then you can say, okay, we play against 4 of the best franchises in Europe today, the 4 Irish ones. This year there was no one victory between the Italian franchises, and we don't have the training center that Ireland have. We can keep on going. But we never use those excuses. We never look at that. We really check on that, what we control. And we have, I think it's important to keep that communication on the inside, split from the outside, because for us it's amazing to listen to all these comments. And the players deserve it because they do what they do on the pitch, creates those comments and those expectations. But of course, in the outside, we want to make sure everyone knows about our feet on the ground. But on the inside, of course, we prepare this game, respecting Ireland, respecting everything, and with a lot of humility, but respecting ourselves a bit more too. I think where we are growing is that the whole environment around the team sometimes is a big name respect, but I felt the last 2 years that we were not even in the inside respecting us enough compared with others, and I think now in the inside we have a big respect for ourselves. We think in our environment we are winning also that inside respect, and then we can start having an outside respect. But we won't, at least you won't catch me on any outside communication that can exceed the pressure on our team. But in the East, I agree with you, and I understand your question. But of course, we know the gap with France too, and we will prepare to go there and do our best performances. I think we improved in some stuff from last week to this week. And we know we have a week now to keep on improving because it's another big step to go there and play France in Lille.
No, I won't add a lot. It's been now, this is my fifth year as a captain in the Six Nations, and I remember my first year, the main question was, what do you think about Italy leaving the Six Nations? You know, I've never believed that, you know, you're in a couple of years you can change things up too much. So I'm very humble mindset in a way, because I know how much it takes to get to that level, to be able to come here and to perform and to be really able to compete against an unbelievable team like Ireland. But you know, perception it means a lot even for us, and that's exactly what Gonzalo was trying to say before about like the belief that we've created. It's something that I didn't grow up with that. I grew up with the fact of us being last of the table, last of the thing, and you know that's the thing I'm most proud of about like having now an 18 years old young kid coming through and thinking, oh my God, I'm playing with a bunch of guys that might be able to win the championship one day. And that's exactly what we are trying to do what we've been trying to do in the last couple of years, around inspiring people around us, inspiring the young kids coming through, you know, giving them the chances we didn't had in a way, around the belief that we can really do it. So that's what we want to create, and that's sometimes, you know, it's tough because you find yourself in a tough situation, but you know, you're never superhero, and you're never like very bad. You know, trusting the process is what you can do to be able to have a little bit of a long-term ambition and a little bit of a long-term like legacy that you can create. So that's something that makes us really proud, and thank you for that, because it makes us actually proud to see how much the perception of the team has changed.
Michele, did it feel different in any way playing against Ireland today than it has maybe over the last 3-4 years?
Well, in a way, yeah. I think obviously we've seen last week, like it's pretty much the same. Teams get constantly like ups and downs, and I think Ireland obviously lost a little bit of their confidence that they had in the last couple of years, and obviously we wanted to take that advantage and to keep that advantage. We knew that if we, especially the first 20 minutes, if we put them under pressure, if we put them under like scoreboard pressure especially, it would have been very difficult for them, because then obviously everything started to, you know, I've been in that situation before around like mindsets. It's tough because you have to perform, you have to beat the team you got in front, and if you're down after 20-30 minutes, it might become like a real pain. I don't say where, but at the same time, obviously they got some unbelievable players that they are like really tough to play against, and obviously they showed today how much they care for this group, they care for this country. So obviously you always expect Ireland to be a top world class team, but you know, ups and downs happens to every single team in the world. So at the moment, obviously they haven't been like what they want to be, and I'm pretty sure about that. But I'm pretty sure as well they got all the abilities to get back. So that's the thing that was slightly different compared to a couple of last year's performances.
Thanks.
Last question, please.
Just allowed me to, obviously we had today one big thing for me that I always will like emphasize Obviously, the referee Ollie Davidson has been outstanding. It's the first time for her it's the first time ever as a women referee in the Six Nations, and I just want to congratulate her. You know, it's never enough how much she's been doing for the whole World Rugby and for our game. So I think that's a very important thing to say, and I appreciated the work we've done together today on the pitch. I think whatever decision was backing her, and making sure that everything was going the right way. So I want to just congratulate her and say thanks for the effort on the field.